Wake up.
They wanted me to fail, dead or living in a cell. But the minister, the only way to get me
Sorry.
and I'm doing pretty well. On my way to heaven while I'm here, I'm finna give them hell.
Awaken, people. The Lawrence Fishburne to get you up early in the morning, huh? We're gonna wake some people up. We're gonna be about it, all right? Welcome again to an informational, positive segment of Outside the Box. I'm your man, Ation, and I just want to take a second to thank everybody who liked the channel. I so appreciate all you guys and the love that you showed and the views and the comments and some of the things I heard coming back. All right, I want people to jump on. And we're not looking for yes man people. We don't need people who agree with everything we say. But the whole goal is to take the disagreements, the agreements, come together, and let's talk about some solutions. There's a lot of problems going on in the country right now and around the world. But the goal is, let's talk about some solutions. I mean, that's what we're about at Outside the Box. We're stepping outside of the norms that people want you to look at culturally, systematically, and some of the things that we're going through. I want to start by saying this. Look, being a black man raised in the inner city, then moving out of the inner city into a more suburban area, a more town type area where, you know, things were a little bit more new homes. Being around multiple backgrounds of people from various races, and then as an adult working in the inner city or working with inner city youth in systems and in foster care and group homes and facilities and working in the educational system for almost 10 years. And, having the opportunity to work in the media and the television sector for a short period of time and traveling to some very poor, I'd say impoverished and destitute places and areas and doing ministry in those areas or working with various ministries to bring change and influence to those areas and seeing the world from a ministerial perspective. And then lastly, having the opportunity to work in the area of law enforcement, to be on the opposite side of being in the inner city. Experiencing those things, I feel, I'm not saying this to be braggadocious or a show flow. I'm sure many of you have done a lot more or experienced a lot more in your life, but I'm strictly stating this as a springboard to state that I believe that these things have put me in a very unique position as a unique young man coming from a unique background to speak to some unique destructive situations and things that we see happening around us in the country and somewhat around the world. Our hope is that you get knowledge and understanding. We deal with faith, race, sports, and politics. And in the upcoming segments, we're going to talk about the Eminem Kaepernick connection, the U.S. politics and the NFL issues that are taking place, fathers and men, and the police. So stay locked on because we got some very unique topics to discuss and a very unique perspective that you're probably not going to hear. There's things you're going to hear here that you're probably not going to hear many places. Today we're going to deal with some things, some Obama content, the Baltimore issue with Freddie Gray and some of the things that took place there. And I want you to get your Bibles ready. We're going to deal with the book of Mark, and we're going to talk about something relating to where we're going today. And so I just want to continue to emphasize that many times we don't self-reflect. There's a lot going on around the country right now, and we're looking everywhere else but in the mirror. If we don't self-reflect, if we don't deal with our own individual issues, which I think is what we're seeing around the country, then we're going to falter. We're going to have some problems, and things are going to look bad. And our lenses that we see life with is never going to change because we'll be stuck in a stronghold that we can't break free from. So many are on the net on Facebook, and they're kicking a bunch of knowledge and perspective about why you should be mad or who you should be upset with. But we're proposing that you get understanding because we believe that when you gain the knowledge, if you don't apply the understanding, then the application of that understanding doesn't show up in your life. For you theologians out there who like to study words, I'm not clowning you. I'm the same way. I'm a junkie like that for the original text. So I say the word that understanding is attached to in the Hebrew is called binah, and it's in the Hebrew language, binah, in which if you go back, there are numerous meanings behind this word. One of them is going to be discern. I want you to put that one in your mental Rolodex, because we're going to study the word discern and discernment in a separate segment, and how it ties into why there's so many police shootings going on across the country. I want to take a second to send a quick shout out to the young men and women on the streets out there running around trying to make this thing work and trying to make ends meet and don't see any way out. Listen, gain strength and stay strong, all right? You were born for great things, and you can rest assured that you were born to do great on this earth. Don't let anybody tell you different. You're just as blessed and gifted as the man next to you, no matter what race, creed, or color you come from. To all you mothers out there who struggle to make it work, single moms, even moms who have a husband, who just kind of struggle with your womanhood. I know some of you can only relate to like a Tupac song saying keep your head up, or your Mary J. Blige saying no more pain, but please understand that you can survive. You can do this. I'm taking the words of those artists, although I may not be promoting them. I will state that you stay strong and God has you. Remember that. One of the biggest, most important issues facing our country today is not racial disparity. Please understand, it's not racial disparity or police brutality for that matter. It's not the police shooting of black unarmed men. As I said before, this is not an epidemic that's taking place in our country right now. What is an epidemic is I want to say something that I'm going to quote the eloquent Barack Obama. And I want you to be mindful of this. Be careful, because I'm going to go ahead and use the quote from Barack. But I will say that if I bring to the table a quote from another president, from another time or another era in our lives, don't discount the comment just because you don't like the person. I'm smart enough and wise enough to know that truth is truth no matter who's speaking it. Could be a bum on the street. Respect the content. You may not necessarily care for him as a person, but I will say that on all sides. So when I get ready to quote another president, or anybody for that matter, don't turn a blind eye. Listen up. So I'm going to tell you what Barack said.
To make us all look crazy, they come up with topics, ask the craziest pastor that none of us rock with. You thinking he a fool, we think he a fool too, but they telling you we all agree with the fool's view. But get ready for the true church, where we are church, we don't just do church. Pray for the feeble and soil clothing and feeding the poor, loving the people and showing them they true worth. We ready to do work, but they saying it's a white man religion, forced on us by the master that white men invented. Tell it to the Christians in Ethiopia that never had to be enslaved by the white man to get it. Careful what you putting in your ears now. Hard to hear the truth cause the lie talk real loud. We yelling Jesus